Syria. Syria, Syria, Syria. The whole talk of the day is all about Syria. You do realize that this is getting very serious right now. While many of you were, as of course me, and I'm guilty of this, was talking about Miley Cyrus twerking at the VMAs, the US government was preparing full force, armed to the teeth, to go military intervention on Syria. Apparently, a good majority of us like me, even though I was talking about Miley Cyrus in another video, was aware that the US was going to do military intervention on Syria. All because of some chemical attack. Well, here's what you do not know. It was actually the rebels that did the chemical attack. The mainstream media says it was all the Syrian government, but clearly it was done by the Syrian rebels. What's really weird is that we're in Afghanistan fighting Al-Qaeda, and yet we're supporting Al-Qaeda in Syria. It doesn't make any sense. What the fuck? I'm serious. This is the same group that is supposedly responsible for 9/11, and we're supporting these people dismantling Syria. I'm seriously. We've been in so many wars of aggression, from Vietnam to like Angola, Cuban Missile Crisis. Well, I don't know about the Cuban Missile Crisis, but it was Vietnam, it was fucking Angola. We've been helping Afghanistan dismantle Russia, then Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Libya, Egypt. We've been involved in all that. Now, if we get in war with Syria, you have to realize that Syria and Iran have a mutual defense agreement. So if one gets attacked by the other, one's going to have to help the other. Now, we've been trying to poke the stick at Iran for a long time now. And you have to realize that basically if this ever happens, Iran's going to get in. But if you remember the domino effect that, if one country falls to communism, the others will follow. Now, this is the domino effect that is in place over to, what would happen if we attack Syria. Iran's going to get involved. Then Russia. And then China. And Russia stated that they will use nuclear weapons to get involved in this. We're talking about World War III, people. WWIII. I'm not bullshitting here. This is not a war for freedom. This is a war for economic interests. And if you don't believe me, I got some links on the description below. I got storm clouds gathering and another article that I'll be talking about. But first, let me just say this. 9% of the US support military intervention in Syria. So, if there's a 9% of us supporting military intervention in Syria, then how many people oppose it? Well, 91% of us, including me, reject the idea of using military intervention on Syria. And for good reason. Let's not forget that the people in the military, many of the US servicemen, are against the looming strike on Syria. Republican congressmen, as much as I do not like Republican congressmen, Justin Amash says on his Twitter, in an attempt to counter the idea that the country might be overwhelmingly in favor of military action. Amash made his comments after President Barack Obama's statement in which he all but promised a strike in retaliation, but for the supposed use of chemical agents by the Syrian government, which was actually the Syrian rebels. Congressmen from Michigan backed up his comments with a multitude of retweets from servicemen. Amash said he had been hearing a lot from members of our armed forces and said that the message I constantly hear is, please vote no military action against Syria. Which is pretty fucking stupid. Now here I'm gonna talk about some tweets over some of our former boys in the military. Mr. King says, 13-year U.S. Air Force vet here. Thanks for actually appreciating our Constitution. Vote no to actions to Syria. George says, former Army Ranger, 2 tours in Iraq, 1 tour in Afghanistan. Please vote no military action in Syria. Matt Drennan says, Navy vet here 9 years. I know you will vote no. Thank you. And here are some pictures of some military, of some Navy, people in the Navy, people in the Army Rangers, Marine Corps, whatever. They say, they cover their faces with sunglasses and a note. One of them says, I did not join the military to get involved in other countries' civil wars. Stay out of Syria. And then, I didn't join the Navy to fight for Al-Qaeda in the Syrian civil war. So this is some pretty serious stuff here. And here's another thing that I will put a link in the description below. Message to the United States Marine. This is for the U.S. Marine Corps, and it says here, this is a message written by your brothers in the Syrian army, who have been fighting Al-Qaeda for the last 3 years. We understand your patriotism and your love for your country, so please understand our love for ours. Obama is a traitor who wants to pull your lives in danger to rescue Al-Qaeda insurgents. Marines, please take a look at what your comrades think about Obama's alliance with Al-Qaeda against Syria. Again, I will put this in the link description below. I will put in the link that Storm Cloud's Gathering offers. I will put the other links in the description below of what I'm talking about. Seriously, people, we need to get involved in this. We need to spread the word. We need to connect together. This is a revolution of ideology. Now, I'm not promoting a violent revolution, though it may happen. This is a revolution on ideology. We need people to work together so that we can involve the police and the military of our country to bring these people into justice. Now, impeaching or signing petitions, they might sound good ideas, but they will never happen. I will put the link in the description below of the amazing Atheists talking about impeaching Obama. So this is Atticus the Death Metaler. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe it, spread it as much as you can to Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, wherever you can find. And of course, have a wonderful day. Seriously, people, we do not want to get involved with another conflict. And plus, I do not want World War III to happen. So, think about it, people.